What's up, beautiful people? This is Talk Therapy with your girl, Lady Miz, where conversation is the cure. I started Talk Therapy because I wanted to create a safe place where people could really express themselves and be heard. We live in a world where most people, they hold so much in, and sometimes they just need somebody to listen. But beyond just talking, I wanted to bring real conversations that lead to understanding, healing, and solutions, not just complaining. It's about helping people release, reflect, and grow through our conversation. Talk Therapy is a blend between topics and guests every single week, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. We talk about the things that most people keep bottled up and also the stuff that really needs to be said. Because when you start to talk it out, you start to heal. Now let's get into it.
This is Talk Therapy with Lady Miss, where conversation is the cure. That's how we live.
Welcome to Talk Therapy, where conversation is the cure. I'm your host, Lady Miz, and today we're getting real about something many of us struggle with: letting go of pain, anger, and resentment that we keep bottled up inside. Sometimes it's not about what other people did to us that keeps us stuck. It's what we refuse to release. So today we're talking about freeing ourselves from emotional weight and learning how to really truly move on. Take a deep breath. This might hit home, but it's exactly the conversation that we all need. Letting go of pain and anger and resentment that we've been carrying for years is it's difficult. A lot of us sometimes we don't realize that we are walking around with that type of baggage. And when I say baggage, that baggage is heavy on your back, it's heavy on your heart. They say you can't drink poison and expect somebody else to die from it or get sick. The same goes for holding in anger. You're holding in all of that sickness, and it is taking a toll on your mental health and your physical health. So you have to let it go. So sometimes people may not know what exactly is unresolved issues and bottled up hate. I'm going to really break it down for you and keep it very simple. It's emotions or situations you never truly dealt with. Pain that becomes a part of your daily routine. You might find yourself thinking about it a lot, can't sleep, talking about it a lot, not knowing how to truly let go. You ever be upset about something and you think that it's not affecting you, and you tell yourself you're not going to let that person or the situation get to you, and everybody that you talk to, you're constantly talking about it over and over and over again. You have to understand whatever you feed will grow. You have to starve that, and you got to shut it out and stop letting it in. Some of the issues that can cause people to feel that way, it could be childhood trauma, not letting go of what your friends and family said or did to you, feeling betrayed by people that you love and that people that you thought loved you, all types of dramas or grudges. And some people will disguise their hurt by staying busy, joking about it, or even avoiding certain topics. I can't even lie to you. I definitely was one of them people. If it wasn't about staying busy, it was pretty much avoidance. Or sometimes I just found myself really fascinated with constantly talking about it. And I realized all it's doing is making me get more and more angry. What you don't understand is that it costs to hold all that stuff in. You pay for that. You pay for it. It's like giving, and I know y'all heard this saying before. It's like letting someone live rent-free in your head. And honey, in 2025, rent is too damn high, okay? You may not understand how this is really affecting your life, but it is. There is an emotional cost for it. It creates sadness. It can create anger and depression. A lot of people are walking around depressed and they don't even know why. A lot of times it has to do with all of the stuff that they're holding in, but trying to convince themselves in their head that they're okay when they know they are not. They deflect a lot and they don't face it head on. You know that saying, you got to face it to erase it. Sometimes you just got to face the fact and open up your eyes and deal with the situation so that you can move on. There's also a physical cause, as I mentioned before, too. Tension, headaches, sleepless nights, high blood pressure, all of that, and so much more. You might be acting out or become very aggressive and combative every time you're having a conversation because you have so much going on inside of you. It's just trying to get out. I want you to think about something. What has holding on really done for you except keep you stuck? Keep you stuck in a place where you don't want to be, a place that you don't like, a place that doesn't feel nice. It doesn't feel good to be there. So why are we holding on to it? Which is why I want to talk to you about the power of letting go. You know, a lot of times people think that, okay, if I'm forgiving them, that means that, you know, I'm playing myself or I'm opening the door for them to hurt me again. But letting go doesn't mean you're forgetting. It means you're freeing yourself. And that's the part that people have to understand. People say that a lot, but they don't really display it in their behavior. So forgiveness isn't for them, it's for you. When you let go, you create a space for peace. You also create a space for you to grow. You create a space for you to finally be happy. And that right there is priceless. I'm going to talk to you about something personal about myself when I was holding on to grudges for so long, being so angry with the people that hurt me. I realized that I couldn't open the door for anything positive to come in because that energy that I was holding on to was negative. And when what you think is what you are. When you think negative and you allow someone else to make you react or be a certain way, you just gave them the power. You have to take your power back. Take the power back that you have, because you cannot allow other people's actions to change the person that you are. You know, there was a time when I had so many grudges with so many people, and I forgot what I was doing, but I don't know if it was a class that I took or what, but it was something going on, and I ended up calling everybody. And let me tell you something. When you're doing this, when you actually have to pick up the phone and call people to tell them, hey, listen, I forgive you, you got to put your pride aside, because one thing that's going to happen is some people might say, forgive me for what? They might not even have known that you were mad at them. So when you say, I forgive you, you might have to explain yourself, but it opens up the door for people to either have known, and people might respond in a way where they're like, I didn't even know you felt that way. Some people might not even care. You might get different reactions, but the whole point is you got it off your chest. And you have to put your pride aside, because you don't know how people are going to respond. But remember, you are doing it for you so you can free yourself. So you do have to become humbled and say, you know what? I forgive you. I am letting it go. This is what you did to me. Now they can have a better understanding as to why you were mad in the first place. Or they probably didn't even know you were mad and just thought that you were acting funny. So you might be looking a certain type of way to them that makes you look bad. This is why it's not good to hold things in. This is why it's good to let people know how you're feeling and to talk it out. You don't want to hold things in and then blow up later, keeping it all bottled up. Then you decide, hey, I'm going to address this now when I'm angry. That's another thing too. You want to make sure when you do address it that you are addressing it when you are calm, in a calm state of mind, you know, because if you address it when you are angry, anger turns into danger. And you got to be careful, because sometimes the tongue could be very wicked and you might say things that you can't take back. You got to be careful when you approach people when you are feeling anger and pain. So let me give you a couple of steps to help you release, okay? First thing you should do is acknowledge what you're feeling. Stop pretending it doesn't hurt, because a lot of people love to act like nothing don't bother me. We know that that's not true. We're all human and we all feel things. So yes, acknowledge what you feel. Another thing you can do is speak it out or write it down. That means journaling, writing in your journal. Praying, of course, that always works. Or even talking to somebody. It could be a close friend, someone that you trust and love, or to a therapist. Release the blame. Even if you can't forget, release the control it has on you. That is very important because a lot of people don't understand when you're holding on to it. That is controlling you. And I mentioned that earlier. It's controlling your life, the way you move, the way you respond, the way you act. You got to release the blame. Replace the pain. When you remove the things that don't feel good and that's hurting you, now you have room for gratitude and purpose. You're making room for the positive things that can affect you in a positive way. The bottom line is you can't move forward holding on to what broke you. Self-reflection is so important. It's not about always looking in your rearview mirror. It's about looking head on in the mirror and looking at the person looking back at you. Focusing on you. A lot of times we like to always look at what everybody else did and what everybody else is doing. But sometimes we have to look at ourselves and say, did I play a role? How did I react? Okay, maybe I didn't do nothing wrong and this person hurt me. But how am I going to move forward? How am I going to take control? How am I going to let this go so it doesn't have power over my life? Tonight, I want you to take 5 minutes and think about what's been weighing on your heart and choose to release it. That's your assignment for tonight. This is Talk Therapy with Lady Miz, where conversation is the cure and healing starts with honesty. I'll see y'all next Tuesday.
This is Talk Therapy with Lady Miz, where conversation is the cure. That's how we live. Let it out, let it heal. Let the soul forgive. Talk Therapy with Lady Miz.
Hey, it's your girl Lady Miz, and this is from the Ground Up Productions. We're not just a show, we're a movement. Under our brand, we have The Creator's Box, Talk Therapy, and The Imperfect Marriage. Real conversations, real people, real stories that inspire, heal, and entertain. Tune in, subscribe, and be a part of the growth because there's only one way to go from here, and that's up. Visit www.ladymiz.com to watch, listen, or contact us today if you want to get involved.
Do you want to promote your business or brand on one of our shows? From the Ground Up Productions is now accepting sponsors and advertisers. Get your message in front of a powerful audience through the Creator's Box, Talk Therapy, and The Imperfect Marriage. Let's build together and grow your reach while supporting independent media. Visit LadyMiz.com and send us a message to learn how you can sponsor our show today.